During your A-level maths course, you're going to use 7 laws of indices a lot, okay? And these are the 7 laws that you must know. Most of them you've covered before in GCSE, so this is just a recap. So number 1 is a to the power of m times a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of n plus n. So here's the example of this. If we were asked to do 3 squared times 3 cubed, well, that will be 3 squared, which is 3 times 3. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. And you can see there's 5 there, so that's 3 to the power of 5, which is the same as doing 2 add 3. Now let's just have a quick look at this example. So let me just rub out that. So, this example, 5a cubed times 2a to the power of 4. Now, in this situation, you multiply the 5 and the 2 together to make 10, and then the powers of a cubed times a to the 4. Now you add those together, so 3 add 4 is 7. Right, number 2, a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n. Now the answer to this would be a m minus n. So let's have a look at another simple example. So 3 to the power of 4 divided by 3 squared. That is the same as saying 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 over 3 times 3. Now as you can see here, you've got 2 here on the top and 2 on the bottom. So you can cross them out, which leaves you with a 3 squared, which is the same as doing 4 take away 2. So that rule works. Okay, so, oops. Next. Well, let me rub that out. Okay, so let's just have a look at an example of this. So 24a to the power of 7 divided by 6a to the power of 3. So you do 24 divided by 6, which is 4, and a to the power of 7 divided by a to the power of 3. So 7 take away 3 is 4. So that's the answer to that. Next one is the problem where we got brackets. So here we have a to the power of m all to the power of n. And the answer here would be a to the power of m times n. So an example of this would be 2 squared cubed. So 2 squared means 2 times 2, and then you put in all that to the power of 3. So then you're going to do 2 times 2 times by itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 to the power of 6, which is the same as doing 2 times 3 in the question. Right, so next question. So it says 2a cubed all squared. Now here it's really important that you square the 2 first, because a lot of people forget to do that. So 2 squared is 4, and then a cubed times a squared is a to the power of 6. Right, number 4. This is the rule to do with fractions. So anything with a minus, a power of a minus, means 1 over. So anything to the power of a minus means 1 over. And because it's a to the power of minus n, well, it's 1 over a to the power of n. So the 1 over is the minus, and the a to the n is the n here. So let's have a look at this one. So 3 to the power of minus 3. So the minus bit means 1 over, so we're doing 1 over 3 cubed. And 3 cubed is the same as 27, so 1 over 27. Right, next. A to the power of 1 over n. Now anything with a fraction in it, 1 over n, 1 over 2, etc., 1 over 3. The n 1 over bit refers to a root, the root of n. So in this example, a to the power of 1 over n becomes root n of a. So if we look at an example, we're looking for the third root, 64 to the power of a third, which is like saying the third root of 64, or the cube root of 64, which is 4. This is the most difficult type of indices problem, a to the power of m over n. So remember, this over n bit is the roots. Now if you notice, I've made a quick mistake here. So that m I put there should be n, and this one should be m. So the over, so a over, so that's a, the root n of a, and then to the, all to the power of m. Let's just go through that again because I know I made a few mistakes there. So this is number 6, a to the power of m over n. The over n bit, like we just figured out in part 5, the n refers to the root, so we're looking for the nth root of a, and then that's all to the power of the m. So the denominator, the n, is what nth root you want, and m is to the power of it. So let's have a look at an example. So 8 to the power of 2/3. Now, it's a nice idea here is to split it into a couple of parts. So firstly, 8, and we're looking for the cube root, so 3, because that's the bottom number, and then we're going to put that all squared. So the cube root of 8 is 2, and we're squaring that to make 4. Finally, the 7th rule is dead simple. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So a to the power of 0 is 1. So if we look at a quick example, 8 to the power of 0 is also 1. This is because if you took 7 squared, for example, and divided it by 7 squared, well, you know that 7 squared is 49. So that's 49 divided by 49, and that's equal to 1. So anything to the power of 0 is 1.